Alright guys, welcome back to Twin Dragons Review. Been a long 4 months, but we've been busy with school, work, all that good stuff, but we're back on the video grind. We're going to talk about what's coming up in the year 2022 for anime, for all the seasons, what's going to be announced, some of the movies, and you'll have to let us know in the comments what you're most excited for, what you plan to watch, and all that stuff. So, starting off first in April, we have Comey Can't Communicate. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen it. I know it's a really popular anime or really popular manga, but it's just something I haven't gotten around to watching or reading yet. But it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'll add on to it that it's released on Netflix. So if you don't know, Netflix doesn't have the greatest track record with adaptations recently.
Record of Ragnarok and Adam.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. But yeah, coming up. Other than that, we got the Rising of Shield Hero season 2. So personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first season, but I still managed to enjoy it. So I'll check it out. I'm optimistic about it.
The Shield Hero looked pretty good. It was on my to watch list, but that list is long and ever growing, so I don't know when I'll get around to it, but I will. Maybe season 2 will make me hype enough I'll want to watch it.
Definitely.
Then, then after that, we got the third season of Kaga Usama. I haven't really seen any of it. He's told me it's pretty good, and I should check it out since we both like slices of life. It's on my list too.
Yeah, definitely. It's very character heavy, so if you're into that stuff, then I think you'll like it. You'll like it just fine. Just nothing but good stuff about it. I promise. So coming up next, there's a Spy Family. It's got a good manga. I read a little bit, like by a little bit I mean like the first like 4 chapters, because I kind of wanted I could just like, screw it. I'll just wait for the anime to see what that's about and stuff.
Much the same thing. I've heard it's really good. It looks really good. It kind of reminds me of a movie that came out a long time ago with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Obviously not like the same exact thing, but kind of reminded me of it. I'll probably check it out this season.
Yeah, and that's all we're really looking out for in the spring 2022 season. So I'll go over what we got for summer. Start off, we got Devils a Part Timer season 2. Now, surprise is definitely is definitely the word I'd use when I this got announced, because I think the first season came out in like 2013 or something like that.
It's uh yeah, it's surprising that it got another season so far along. Like after like 5 or 6 years, you just give up hope and think it's never gonna come. But that anime's a sleeper. If you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely check it out before the new season comes out. It's got everything: action, a little bit of romance, decent story. It's all around good.
And the comedy. Ugh.
Comedy's legendary.
Yes. Let's see.
And after that, we got the new season. Maybe it's a season OVA. I'm not 100% sure of Doctor Stone. Oh, it's a special episode. Doctor Stone Ryusui. I haven't finished the first season of Doctor Stone. I plan to. I liked it a lot. Life got in the way, but it's good. I'll definitely check it out once I catch up.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be pretty good. I don't know. It's like if it's a special episode, maybe we're gonna expect it to be closer to like an hour premiere or something like that. So I have high hopes for it. But with that, the third season of Doctor Stone got announced for a release in 2023. So gotta wait a while for that.
And then next, coming up in summer 2022, we have Rent a Girlfriend season 2. I've heard a lot about it. I haven't personally watched it. It's kind of far down my watch list, but it looks pretty decent. I like the rom-coms, slice of life, comedy. They're usually pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's pretty funny because like I do enjoy the cast. It's just that like it seems I can see where people go when they say it's like repetitive and stuff, but I just enjoy for the characters. There's always like just the fact that the main character and the main girl always getting into like some weird predicament is always unpredictable, I'd say.
And then moving on, we got fall 2022. It's a stacked season for fall. First up, we got My Hero Academia season 6. I'm behind on My Hero. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty decent. Um, I think is it the War Arc?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, yeah, that looked. I was reading the manga about the beginning of it, and it started getting really good. So I'll definitely be catching up in time, hopefully, to watch it while it's coming out.
Yeah, no, it's a really good arc, and I'm really excited to see where they'll go with it. I know there were some doubts about it regarding last season's villain arc because censored. They just left a lot of stuff out, and Bones they have a tendency to do that, but some like I don't know. To me, at least, sometimes it's for the better. So I'm just excited to see it animated.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with My Hero.
Yeah, I mean, up next is the big one for us is gonna be Bleach: Thousand Year Blood War.
Hype train.
Yes, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but it's gonna be top notch quality.
Yeah, for everybody who's only is an anime only, it's gonna get to the craziest part right now in the manga, and it's nothing but hype. A lot of the best fights, a lot of stuff gets explained, and hopefully it's said that Kubo's in the studio working on it with him so he can fix the mistakes that, well, not the mistakes, but he was sick and couldn't release the manga on a great schedule and had to rush stuff, and hoping all that stuff gets fixed.
Yeah, definitely. And with the Bleach domain actually having a website active until like 2032, like I think I checked a couple of days ago, so we might even get to see the animation of like the other light novels. So it's just more Bleach stuff, and we're all for it.
It's off topic from anime, but Kubo did release a one-shot chapter, and it looks like it's going into a whole nother arc in Bleach, so it could keep going, and that would be great, because this is one of my favorite anime slash mangas of all time.
And yes, we did a video on it, so go check that out as well.
Then next up, we got To Your Eternity Season 2. This one just got on my radar recently, so I'm probably actually going to check it out soon. It sounded really good. Also sounded really sad. Have to prepare myself
Yeah.
mentally for that. But I'll definitely be checking it out.
Yeah, no, my friend was actually the one that told me about it too, and it looks really good. I'm pretty excited. I know the lady that does the music for it. She's done the music for Kingdom Hearts, so that's kind of a win, that's a win for me. But seeing that Studio Wit did the first season kind of gives me some like skepticism because they did Attack on Titan, they did Vinland Saga. We didn't hear news of a season 2 for them for a while. And the fact that To Your Eternity came out last year and all already got announced for season 2 is pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that must mean it's good.
Yeah. So then up next, we got a movie, Uzumaki, by the manga is done by Junji Ito. I haven't read it yet, even though I claim to be a big horror fan, but I feel like it's just movies now. So I don't know what to expect, and looks like it's gonna be 4 episodes.
Yeah, and the interesting part about it's going to premiere on Toonami in the United States before Japan. So that's surprising. It's going to be an Adult Swim, not original, maybe original. I don't know what you want to call it, but that'll be the first time I think we've seen something like that. It definitely looks interesting. Junji Ito's a madman.
Oh yeah.
All his stuff looks trippy.
Another one I saw that's releasing in the fall is Yoramushi Pedal Limit Break. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a movie or just another season, but I remember seeing it pop up a couple years back, and I'm not the biggest fan of biking, but sports animes have always tend to blow me away. It's better than a lot of people give it credit for. I'll say that.
Yep. Unnecessary hate on the sports animes. I didn't think I'd like a basketball anime. Kuroko, arguably one of the best animes, arguably best ending. The ending was so good it made me mad.
Yeah, exactly. So stop sleeping on it, guys.
Exactly. Show love to the sports animes.
Then up next we'll do the to be announced anime. So we don't really know when they're supposed to be out, but they did get announced, and it's a pretty big list. So starting off, yeah, Shield Hero already got announced for another like a season 3, and like season 2's not even out yet. So like, what the heck?
Yeah, this guy must have some crazy hype behind it.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe I'm missing out and I'm sleeping on how good it is, but that's crazy that even before the second season comes out, it's already getting announced for season 3.
yeah,
Then after that, we've got Overlord season 4, sometime in 2022. I'm not all the way caught up with it. I think I'm partway through season 2. I'm not a huge fan of the isekais, but this one is pretty good. It was it's interesting the way they set it up and the main character just being crazy OP and all of his, I guess you want to call them like subordinates doing most of the legwork for him.
yeah. No, definitely, I have to agree because I said I enjoy more if I watched it a bit later or earlier. But when I decided to watch Overlord, it was like at a point where I've watched was it like probably 3 isekais in a row, and it wasn't hitting the same. And but I just think the series as a like the genre as isekai is just overdone in my opinion. So I'll definitely see. I'll try to catch up to see how the fourth season of Overlord is.
Isekai ones have been overdone. It's hit and miss with good ones. There's just so many of them, it just floods the market. And then up next, there is a second season for Goblin Slayer. I haven't seen that one. The way people talked about the first episode kind of turned me off of it, but from what I hear, it is actually really good. So I might have to give that a look when it comes out. Maybe probably catch up on the first season before the next season comes out, if it's not going to be too soon.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The first episode, from what I've heard, seen was like pretty. It gets pretty intense, but I ended up watching like the action clips, and it's like I don't want to compare it to Berserk, but that's like the only thing I can compare it to. Not in like the gore way, just the way the action way, and just Goblin Slayer as like a character.
That's right, Goblin Slayer's a character.
Yeah,
Then I don't know how popular this one is. It must be super popular since it has 4 seasons. But the Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I've heard about that a long time ago. It didn't really interest me, but I assume a lot of people like it since it's on season 4. So who's ever excited for that? Good for you.
yeah. I mean, a lot of our favorite shows never even got not so much of an announcement for a second season.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the good shows.
Yeah. But coming up next, sometime coming out sometime this year, we got Chainsaw Man. I love the manga. It's definitely one of the better ones I have read recently, and a lot of people like comparing it to Hell's Paradise and Jujutsu Kaisen just because the three of them are shonen and they're pretty dark. So obviously they're known as the Dark Trio. But yeah, I'm excited to see with also the release of Part 2 coming out this June. I'm pretty excited to see where how the anime does, and as done by Mappa.
It's the GOAT studio in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Chainsaw Man. Huh.
Oh no, you go.
Chainsaw Man, I haven't read the manga yet, but I've heard so much about it lately. I decided to kind of go into it blind because it sounds wild and I just don't really know what to expect. So I'll be catching the season, and then if I like it enough, I'll be picking up the manga afterwards to read it. Because I hate, if I like shows so much, I hate waiting for the next season to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then Oh, that's a new one. I didn't know it got announced. There's a new season of Konosuba. We were just talking about the isekais being overdone. This is one of the few really good ones. Sorry if I'm disrespecting your favorite show, but I think Konosuba is probably one of the better isekais. The good comedy, good story, lighthearted, hits all the good points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that came news to me too, because cause I thought we were supposed to get like a movie or something, like coming
Uh,
out, something like that, right?
yeah, I think so. I thought I heard a movie. Maybe it already came out and I'm behind. Fake fan.
No, no, we ain't fake fan. And then let's see, Saga of Tanya the Evil 2. So I haven't seen much about this one, but I just hear people talk about it because I see Tanya like as people's like profile pictures when I'm like scrolling around social media and stuff. So I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. It always looked like a military run. I don't know if it's. I think we had a friend talking about it. I think he said it was an maybe a isekai, but I heard about it a long time ago. I didn't know it was getting a second season until recently. I might have to check it out, see what it's going on, and maybe I'll end up liking it a lot. Catch a second season.
Yeah.
Then after that, we got to be announced another super hype one, Vinland Saga Season 2. If you haven't seen that or read it, you definitely should. It's one of the best ones coming out in recent years, and the next season's gonna be really good.
Yes, I 100% agree because it's my favorite manga of all time at the moment. So if you guys want something really good, real character driven, yeah, Vinland Saga is definitely one you want to check out. Not sure how long it's gonna be. You know, we can't ask for too much. We can just be happy that this is like one of the big signings that actually got a good anime adaptation.
Yeah, the sign-in market's been kind of weak lately, but I'm hoping that a lot of people will watch Vinland Saga and to see how good it really is. Like he said, the characters are really good, the action, the fighting, and it touches on a lot of heavy topics for back in the day, stuff going on, and it's loosely based historical. Like the main character, he's a person in real life. His grandpa's another person in real life, and all of them are.
Yeah, and we just love the way that the manga kind of takes their character. So another one I saw that I know people are pretty excited for is Uzaki-chan wants to hang out this second season. I didn't really see much of it. I mean, I know there's like two big reasons why people like it. So yeah,
Yeah, I haven't really ever heard of it. I've seen the girl from it in memes. That's really about it. I'm just now hearing about it. Then another one we have, I haven't checked it out. I probably should, but Made in Abyss. I've heard that was really good, and it's really dark. Just not what you're expecting off like the art from the cover or the way that it looks. You think it's going to be super lighthearted and friendly, like you thought. If you've seen Promise Neverland, you get the same feeling in the beginning, and then that goes away.
oh yeah, you guys, you'll definitely be in for a surprise if you decide to check that one out. Let's see. Oh yeah, another big one that got announced last year, Mob Psycho 100 season 3, or maybe the last season. I don't know. I loved this show. I haven't read the manga, but I know it's pretty short. If you like One Punch Man, check that out. If you like this, check out One Punch Man.
If you think it's going to be goofy just off the art style, I mean, it is goofy, but it is really good. There's a lot of good action, good storytelling, the struggles the main character deals with, all that, and it's done by Bones, so you know it's going to be animated good. I slept on it for a long time, and as soon as I watched the first season, I binged that and the second season together in like 3 days. So it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. Then let's see. As we scroll farther, we see Miss Nagatoro season 2. I didn't watch this one. I'm gonna be honest. It looked a little bit off-putting because of like, it takes place in middle school. I don't know. That's just a little bit weird. I'm not really about that, but I know it's
Yeah.
pretty popular.
Yeah, I'm not really about the middle school anime either. I'm too old to be liking stuff like that. It's just weird.
Yeah. Then as we go down, we see Akira got announced for a new anime. So one of my friends recently got me the box set for it for Christmas, and it was like weird too because we only had one conversation about it. So it was a good movie. I'm pretty excited to see like the manga actually finishing out, but I also hate the fact that it's only popular because Kanye likes it.
Yeah. It should be recognized for how good it is, not just because Kanye said it's good. And now everybody hops on the anime hype train.
Yeah.
And another one that isn't listed that recently got announced is another season of Initial D. That's another one kind of like sports anime. Like, you go into it thinking, why would I like a car anime? But it is really good. The characters in it they're not the greatest, but they're good. And if you like cars in general, you're into the Japanese cars, you'll see a lot of your favorites, and that's where a lot of people come to like it.
Yeah, definitely. It just has a different vibe because it came out in the '90s, and obviously, any Fast and the Furious fans know how popular the Japanese cars were like back in the '90s and early 2000s, and it's more like a nostalgic trip.
It's true. And another big one coming out. I wasn't my favorite. I ended up dropping it after about 100 episodes of the first series, but the Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest. I've heard about the 100 Year Quest, I think, from the anime and other people talking about it. So if you like Fairy Tale, I imagine you'll be checking it out. Hype season.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's supposed to be like the final season or something, and it's like my personal issue with Fairy Tale is like it's a little bit too lighthearted at times. Like I don't know. There's no consequences to actions, I guess.
Yeah, people die, come back to life. It's it seems like it'll be really sad. Something big happens that'll impact him, and then it just somehow gets fixed through the power of friendship.
Yeah. And then I'll be very short about this one. Doctor Stone season 3 is getting announced for next year in 2023. We've got to wait a while for, unfortunately. And yeah, so already brought about it, so not much to do it again.
Yeah, we already covered it. I'll be watching before that comes out, so I can watch it weekly while it's coming out. See what the third new season's all about. Then another one coming out. Also haven't finished this one. Sounds like a hater, but Bungo Stray Dogs. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and from what I have seen, I really liked. It's got a lot of interesting characters. The way they implement like supernatural and superpower and crime fighting into one. It's definitely one of the better sign-ins from what I've seen.
Yeah, and like we already said, we might sound like a broken record with Bones doing it. You can always expect good stuff.
And another big one was popular. I've heard about it from my friend on the videos and maybe Facebook, but Blue Lock, another sports one. Don't sleep on the sports anime. It's I know sometimes soccer sounds boring to people. I thought the same thing about Haikyuu and ended up really liking a volleyball anime. I never thought I would, but here we are.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of good stuff about it too, and it's supposed to be like I don't know. From what I hear from people, it's supposed to be like the next big like sports anime since like I don't know Kuroko's, or I mean I guess Haikyuu too because that's newer.
Yeah, which is always good. There hasn't been a lot of long running animes lately, so we need something to fill the gaps.
Yeah. And then as we scroll further down, I'm seeing Tokyo Revengers got announced for the Christmas Showdown arc. I haven't read it past the first season. Like I've only watched. I'm an anime only, but stop sleeping on Tokyo Revengers. It's good.
If you have somebody explain it to you and they just say thugs travel back in time, it sounds dumb, but it'll blow you away how good it is. It's dark, it's funny, it's happy, and I don't see how it's counted as a shonen. Definitely should be a seinen, but not here to argue, I guess.
Yeah. And then I think we probably mentioned this earlier, but yeah, Spy Family already got announced for part two. It's like shit. First season not even out yet.
Yeah, it's crazy. The uh yeah, the manga has been released, it's been popular, the anime hasn't even come out yet, and they're already planning on a second. So that must mean it's really that popular that they're expecting people to watch it and go crazy over the first season and already having a second part ready to drop.
Yeah. Then up next, there's Hell's Paradise. Talked about it earlier, but I really like this one. It's just shonen somehow. That's like published by Shonen Jump, and it's really awesome. I definitely recommend the manga, but also going into a blind, I think you'll like it a lot. A lot of good characters, great artwork, just good story. It's there's a good reason it's part of like the Dark Trio for like shonen these days, and with like a cherry on top, Mappa's animating it with the full plate that they already have.
Yeah, Studio Map is going crazy in the last few years. I haven't read this manga. I'll be going into it blind, seeing what the story's about. I've kind of heard the gist of it, but I still don't really get it, so I'll figure it out when I watch the anime. It does sound good though. Only expect good things from Apple lately.
Yes, and another. I think this will be our last one, but the other one we found that was like pretty good. Golden Kamuy season 4. I have nothing bad to say about this series. Like the characters are so good. Like I can't stress it enough. Like I literally think there's the only bad thing that people say about this series is 3 minutes in like the first or second episode, whatever it was.
Yeah. Please, CGI bear. That was literally the worst thing in all three seasons. The characters are perfect. It's not a huge cast, but all of them, even if they're technically a villain or a good guy, all the characters are good. The story, it's got comedy, action, everything. It hits all the good points. It's probably in my top five favorites. I think I watched the first three seasons in like a week, maybe.
Yeah, just good overall. And I think we'll end the video off with I guess there's a anime announcement for Pluto, which is very surprising considering the fact that the creator Naoki Arasawa he's released Monster as like an anime, but that's it. Like, with all of his other like hit series, I'm surprised that this one got an anime.
Yeah, from what I hear about Urasawa, he's really picky about his shows because he doesn't want his mangas to be ruined. Because he's written Monster, that's a classic in anime and manga, and a classic manga he wrote was 20th Century Boys. That hasn't gotten an anime because he doesn't want anybody to ruin it. So it'll be interesting to check out. I've heard Pluto's one of his best ones.
Yeah. So I think with this one we'll end off the video here, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what are you guys on the watch out for? Like we'd like to know, because I know this site that has a lot of stuff, but it doesn't have everything. So if there's anything we missed, definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll see you guys in the next one.